in Australia.
Australia showed the world you could take on big tech and win. Cybersecurity expert Leeza Garber.
We're seeing social media platforms and search engines being forced to reckon with what's happening around the world.
Last month, Australia passed legislation requiring Facebook and Google to pay for news, despite pushback from Facebook that blocked news stories on its platform in Australia during negotiations. The fight now moves to the U.S.
I think people think, oh, the Australia thing's done. That's not going to impact me. But in the United States, yeah, the legislation could take some time to pass. Lawsuits will take some time to move through the courts, but this battle is here.
Earlier this month, lawmakers reintroduced the Journalism Competition and Preservation Act, allowing news companies to band together to demand payment for the content shared through online platforms.
Our legislation would give news publishers an even playing field to collectively negotiate with dominant platforms to improve the quality, accuracy, attribution, and functioning of news online.
Big tech not only controls the news market because it controls the digital advertising market, it also exercises gatekeeper control over speech. All Americans should be concerned.
86% of Americans get most of their news on a smartphone, tablet, or computer, according to Pew Research. In 2020, Facebook made over $31 billion in ad revenue in the U.S. alone. Google, $39 billion. The entire newspaper industry made about a third of that.
Because they've grown in an unregulated environment, bad things have been allowed to creep in, whether they're bad legally or bad morally.
But digital platforms are pushing back, saying they provide billions of dollars in ad revenue and clicks to media outlets. But Garber argues it's not just about the money.
Changes in policy could certainly be a lifeline for newspapers and other journalistic entities, but really it's also supposed to be a lifeline for consumers to make sure they're getting real news.
And last week, Facebook reached an agreement to pay News Corp Australia for their news content. This comes just weeks after Australia passed that law requiring publishers to be paid for their content. So, Jan, as we can see here,